Hello. Right, this is a 500 rep ab challenge. The goal with this, we're going to do a little warm up, then it's 500 reps. It's all still done for time. So if you run out of time, keep going. If you need to do fewer reps, do fewer reps. If you finish before, then just, take a break or maybe hold a plank and wait. We're just going to start by warming up the wrists. So we're just going to come to all fours. Just bring the palms of the hands facing towards you. Just rock a little bit forward and back. And then turn the palms upside down. And then rock a little bit forward and back. So just getting ready to load weight onto the hands. Then trying a little bit out to the side. Shifting side to side. And then again, upside down. I'm going to turn that down a little bit. Then walk the shoulders. Give a few circles forwards and a few circles back of the shoulders. So there's going to be a decent amount of planks in here. So again, just warming up and prepping in here. A few circles forward and back. It's not too necessarily higher heart rate challenge. I say this a lot, but you can tell I'm feeling a bit nervous about it. Just basically just doing anything in the upper body to warm up and mobilize it, ready for holding plank position. Again, swing the arms forward and back, so open and close the chest. Yeah, just kind of preparing the body for holding many a planks. And the planks, I'll show you the options throughout this. There's always going to be options to modify, reduce range, take breaks, be on hands or on forearms, up to you. It's not all in plank, don't panic. Nice, perfect. And then just come to the side bends. So you standing or kneeling, by the way, and you just reach up and then bend over to the side and then switch sides. And keep on switching sides. Feel the stretch down the side of your waist. Also kind of warming, mobilizing the back. So we're working the abs the entire time in this one, but your back is kind of the assisting muscle. Nice, perfect. And then just go for some cat and cows. So all fours are just rounding your back and then arching through the back. Tucking the chin around and then arching. Let's turn a little bit light on this situation. So we're nearly ready to go. I'm going to keep my phone here so I can remember the more. So feel a little stretch of your abs. And then we're just going to keep it in all fours and just go for pelvic tilt. So it's almost like the cat and cow, just this time just the pelvis moving. And maybe even take a couple of pauses with it really tense under and like the ribs and hips as close to one another as possible. Little pause and hold. Nice. Right, perfect. You've actually got 1 minute now to do anything you want to do that's going to prep you a little bit more. If that's more warming of the wrists, maybe into the hip flexors. Like I say, everything's timed for roughly a minute, sometimes longer. If you finish before time, I either challenge you to go slower, because sometimes going slower is actually harder, or, as I say, take a recovery in another core exercise. So maybe a plank, maybe a side plank, maybe like a C-sit hold, something like that. So C-sit hold is if you're kind of sitting on your back and sitting on your bum and rounding your back, leaning back as far as you can manage. Or you might just want to, if you have any time left over, take a full-blown break. If you find you are nowhere near completing before the timer, feel free to just keep it going and try and remember the next exercise, or just hit pause until you're done and then keep on going. So first one is 50 mountain climbers. So spread your fingers along, find plank position, shoulders over the wrists, and you're going to pull your knee towards you and then switch legs. Pull the knee towards you and switch legs, counting your reps as you go. You can run these out, but if you're running them out, you are comfortably going to finish so much earlier than in the 1 minute timer. So I actually encourage you to go slowly. If you do have wrist issues in this, you can always do it down at the forearms. You'll just need to bring your knee slightly to the side instead. And then if you find you need to have any point on your knees, you just come onto the knee and have one knee pull in and then the other knee pull in. Keep your weight forward the whole time. You've got about 20 seconds to go. Again, remember, it's about kind of slow reps, feeling the abs, feeling your weight forward. You can take breaks as needed. You'll find your shoulders will come back here. It's what happens with everyone when we get tired. So keep the weight forward as much as possible. That's perfect. We're going to kind of mimic that on the back with 50 bicycle twists. So roll over onto your back. Bring your knees up over hips. Grab your thighs and curl your body up. You bring fingertips to temples and then push one leg away as you twist and then the other. Twist the other way. Twist and twist. If you need a little bit less, then just go for a toe tap instead. Or don't take the leg quite as long. Sorry if you're trying to count. I'm just rambling away, by the way. And try to avoid rolling from one shoulder to the other. It's kind of like a dead cockroach or something. So you're not rolling from one side, but actually keeping both shoulders off the floor as you twist and twist and twist. And again, you can go a little bit faster if you want. And as many breaks as you need. Got about 10 seconds to go. Yeah, perfect. Right, rock yourself up. Roll yourself over to plank. That could be high or low. So if you want to save your wrists, then come into low plank. Shoulders over the wrists, you're going to jack your feet out to the side and in. That's one rep. Out and in. Out and in. If you need lower impact, step out, in, out, in. If you need to have your knee on the floor, knees down as you go out, and in. And again, you absolutely can do this on your hands as well. Main thing is keep your weight forward. Make sure you're not arching through the back. If anything, hips too high is better than hips too low. And just come in, out and in, and out and in. 50 reps. Your heart rate should come up quite high on these as well. I'm going to join in for the final 10. Might go a little bit faster to catch up. Perfect. Yeah, pause it if you need extra time. And then rolling over to Russian twists. So here you go. Sorry, now you know what's coming. Top half crunch pulses, line your back. Heels close to the mat, tuck your chin, crunch up, and then pulse at the top. You lift and lift and lift and lift. So it's not a full crunch where you're coming all the way down. Just a tiny itch movement at the top. If you find your neck is straining, just slightly support your head with your hands and pulse and pulse and pulse and pulse. A tiny movement, just lifting and lifting. Thinking 50 reps in 60 seconds. It's not really, really slow. It's lift and lift, 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 lift with breaks where you need and pausing if you need. Because there's absolutely no way I could guess this one how long it's going to take you. So you take pauses if you need it. Keep the chin tucked. And if you're in the last few seconds, if you're nearly there, try and crunch a little bit higher. And then we're coming to the Russian twists. So when you're ready, rock yourself up, round your back, clasp your hand and twist side to side. Each side is counting as a rep. Twisting right and left. Not just the hands moving side to side like this, but your entire chest coming round to the side and round to the side. If you find this is too painful on your back, first round your back more, then maybe sit up higher if you need to. And then if not, it's just taking a break and then coming back in again. If you want more challenge, you can always grab a weight in your hands or lift your legs up so shins parallel to the floor, or extend your legs and go from there. Just twisting and twisting and twisting. Perfect. Right, we've got longer for this one. 50 alternate pieces. Every leg counts as a rep. Stretch your arms out and legs out long. You're lifting one leg above arms. Lower down and alternate your leg each time. Expect this one to take ages. I expect it probably take a little bit longer than I've said. If you're just trying to go, again, like take pauses as you need to. If you remember the exercises, go forward, then do. If you need a little bit less, then just try bending your knee instead. So you bend your knee as you pull your chest towards you. It might be that you can't sit all the way up onto the bum. You just come as far up as you can. If you're finding it's impossible to lift up, but you can do sit-ups, for example, then instead just make sure your leg isn't lifting all the way high up here, but it's staying down nice and low. So it's a V shape in the air. You will need to use your breath here. So you breathe in as you lengthen out and breathe out as you come up. So breathe in to lengthen, breathe out to contract on the way up. That powerful exhale is going to help brace your abs more and help you get up and get through these loads of reps. Because I'm not doing it because I've talked and I didn't even have a clue what reps I was on. So I don't even know if this is realistic. I'm going to try it myself and see how much my abs will die. Because your abs are probably dying around about now. Nice. Pause it if you need to. Pause it if you need to so you can finish it. If not, you're coming to plank shoulder taps, low or high plank. Feet a bit wider than normal. You're going to tap right hand to left shoulder, left hand to right shoulder. Right to left, left to right. You can do this again on the knees. It also can be done on the forearms. Just when you do it on the forearms, make sure you don't keep your elbow down on the floor. The goal is that at one stage, you've only got one arm down. And the challenge on how your core is working on this one is by limiting the rocking side to side. You might feel a shift across, but you're trying to avoid opening. Shoulder taps. Again, try not to race by going bam, 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 bam. I know it means it's over quicker, but that pause with one hand off the floor is really gonna get you. Belly's gonna get you, belly's gonna get you. Remember, pause if you need to. If not, you're lying on your back, 50 flutter kicks. So lie down, extend your legs and push your hands into the floor to the side of you, not underneath your bum, but push down the floor. Lower your legs until you feel your abs catch on and then kick your leg up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. So, lots of people think you have to do this with your feet close to the floor. The closer to the floor it is, the harder it is. But it might mean that you feel it in your back. So just come again as far as so you feel it in your abs, your hips, maybe your quads. If you need less, bend your knees, reduce your range. Or just keep the legs a little bit higher. This one should be marginally nicer in that each leg again counts the rep. I've not really been saying that, just I thought if anyone wants to do double reps, then so be it, that's on them. Just fluttering, driving the hands into the floor so hard because your back's going to want to peel and use as many muscles as possible to keep it down. You've got 100 reps to go, 400 in. 100 to go, easy. Next one is ankle reaches. So just lie down, crunch your body up, reach your arms to the side. You're reaching for right ankle, right and left. Trying to maintain a crunch position throughout. However, if your abs are too tired, then keep them down and just go for that side bend. If you're wanting for more challenge, take the legs further away, so you've got to reach further to hit the ankles. If your head is tired, get a feel of a few reps to find out, neck aside, what the range is, and then if you need to, support your head with the hands and go again from there. It's about that lift to get the abs and the side bend, side bend, side bend to get into the obliques. Your obliques is at the side of waist. 50 of those. And then you got one more. And the last one is, in my opinion, punchiest one alongside V-sit. So giving you longer to do it. Not hit your 50, have a break. Final one is shootouts. So you're going to start basically sitting up, and then you're going to shoot out the arms and legs, and then crunch in again. So kind of a bit like the motion you did with the V-sit, just with both legs. So extending out long, and then crunching in. Extend out long, and crunch in. If you need a bit less, keep your back on the floor, and go from there, extending long, crunch in, extending long, and crunch in. If you need a little bit less, do one leg at a time. If you need a little bit less, the leg is either higher or not as long, or you go for a tap. And tap. But you're shooting it along, keeping your lower back close to the floor, and then go for a big old crunch to get to the top. This is your final exercise. Still keep that breath. Inhale as you go long, and exhale to crunch in and up. Keep breathing, keep on going. This is it. How's your abs? Your abs are probably dying around right now. If they're not dying, then you're a machine and I'm going to need to know about it. You've got 25 seconds to go or longer if you need to take the extra break. Do not be disheartened if you need longer breaks than what I've given you, because again, I really had no idea at the time of how long each one would take for each individual person as well. There's going to be some people that need breaks, some people that found this impossible. So take as long as you need. When you are finished, so make sure you pause it and then come back and just do the stretch. So stretch out your arms, legs, arch your back away from the floor. I talked through most of that. I'm going to give that a go later though and just see how unrealistic or realistic that timing was for anyone. How you doing? All on the abs. All on the abs. Nice one. And just hug your knees in and release your back. Generally, I would say if you're going to work one muscle group that much, you should work the opposing muscle group as well. One of my favourite videos that I did is the one that I refer out so often. It's one of the first as I did, banded booty burner, which can actually be done without a band if you need it. And that's going to help to make sure you're nice and even if you had the time for it, or maybe another day. Get the ass as strong as the abs. Nice, well done. Then just rock yourself up and come back to some cat and cows to finish. Feel the stretch of your abs and round. 500 reps. If you finish that and you manage to do each one and you're like, God, yeah, I had a bit of time to spare, found it easy, just start it again and do 1,000 reps. That was my initial thought, was 1,000 rep challenge. And I was like, come on, Helen, it's too mean. But I know there's people out there that do want that. So if you want it, start it again and go for round 2. Well done. Hopefully, again, don't be disheartened if those timings were well off for you. Without being in a room full of people and seeing you do it, wouldn't know how to time it. So yeah, just make sure you're ready to pause and start and keep going. And maybe you manage to do it again next time with less breaks and finish earlier. But well done. Give me a feedback. Let me know if you survived it. Okay. I love how nervous I was, and then actually I just talked through most of it. So I had an easy ride, but you didn't. Really well done. See you all soon.